Welcome to the bold analysis. I am back with a follow-up analysis about the night raid at former CS Matian'gi's official residence in Karen. And himself, he knew what was going on. And in an earlier interview, Matian'gi is saying that he will resist any attempt to intimidate him and that he's not going to take that route. He has remained firm that he's innocent as far as what is being leveled against him is concerned, even though that need to come out. So what happened? Matian'gi had insiders who informed him earlier in the day that there was looming arrest, that he would be arrested by officials, and he had actually alerted his lawyers and even Raila Odinga team. I believe even the former president Uhuru Kenyatta was informed, but they didn't know it was going to be at night. Now he's saying, according to what the nation is reporting, that the officers arrived in 5 motor vehicles and were demanding access to his house, but his security men stopped them. Now, at this point, Matian'gi made calls to his lawyers while there was a confrontation, while his lawyers, while the police were still, the officers that wanted to arrest him, not even to arrest, but they wanted to search his house. I think we are a bit of misreporting it. Maybe he could be arrested after that, but the mission was to search his house, do some raid in his house, and his security men clashed with the officers who were to arrest him. As that was going on, he alerted his lawyers, he called his lawyers, who arrived in that place. Now, they tried to talk to the officers, but the officers remained silent. So what the new twist was, initially he was expecting the officers to come from EACC, and that's what the lawyers were reporting. But we also understand that EACC have denied that they were part, or rather they were the people behind that. And so there are also rumors that maybe the officers could be from Asset Recovery Agency, ARA. So I'm telling you, the story is evolving every day, is evolving as time goes. And this is the tweet by Samson Kiprotich Cherargei, the Nanti senator, is saying, "Money laundering, abuse of office and corruption is punishable in law in Kenya by law. Tinga should know that." This is a tweet that was made by Cherargei, and he was making it in the midst of this, maybe trying to insinuate that what Matian'gi is facing is what has been written here. But even if so, the lawyers are saying there is no warrant of arrest, hajaandikisha taarifa popote, and there was no documentation. So they tried their best to stop that arrest. Raila was saying that he was there to stay that, but he again left that place. I don't know what you make of this, guys. I don't know what you make of this move. Corruption, money laundering, whatever, is punishable by law, but I believe it should be by law as it is. I know people are talking about it in terms of what has been done so far, or whether it was right to do such at night. Kindly subscribe to our channel. I also want to remind us about the little fundraiser to support me and my bit of a bill on my family side. The little you can get, I will highly appreciate. I've pinned the number up there, 0710 62 78 89. Oh, I think it's, let me just check. Let us it's at 20, not 20, 31. Yes, 31. So only short by 19,000. I believe that we can pull that in the next few days. Then we finish up that bill. Now, during the day, this discussion had been going on in the background, but they decided to keep it quiet. I have seen tomorrow, there's supposed to be, Magwa's funeral is supposed to go on, and understand that I've been saying that there was a bit of some looming mvutano between Uhuru Kenyatta's side and the government side as far as the program at Magoha's burial is concerned. But I don't appreciate that someone could stage this for just to ensure that Matian'gi doesn't go, so that he's scared that doesn't go there. But I don't want to dismiss it. It's a point, but if you ask me, I don't think I buy it. To that magnitude, I don't think I buy it. Then you just ask a question: do you think they wanted to arrest Matian'gi because Wangamshika? Why at night? Of course they knew that. Was it done at night or it was just an attempt and they knew what was going to happen? You know, it's a bit of a question you can ask. I've made two observations since that thing happened. One, Kenya Kwanza bloggers are all over in Twitter telling Matian'gi that power is transient, and so when your power should always have an element of restraint, or rather it should serve your time and go. It's true that power is transient, but I think the same should also apply to those who are in power now. It should not only apply for those who are in power. Yes, there are a bit of radical Matian'gi that during the time of Uhuru Kenyatta, he did not work well with them. Many Kenyans are remembering about the controversy between him and Kenya Kwanza. And I have seen them trying to say a lot of things about try to vilify Matian'gi in terms of what has happened. But I don't know. The other thing I see is, you know, Kisii Governor Simbarati was heading home. Na akatoka, alikuwa ameshafika Suswa is on your way to Narok. Na akaturn back, akareturn to Nairobi, and he went to Matian'gi's home. I'm waiting if the Abagusi will coalesce around Matian'gi. I'm waiting for that. Will Abagusi coalesce around Matian'gi? I've been checking social media, I'm not seeing any of them. But the governor is out. Governor is saying Matian'gi comes from his county and is now trying to make ends meet with the powerful former internal security CS. I want to deviate a bit from the bid that maybe it's over Magoha's funeral. I don't think someone wants to stop him. He can stop going. Hiyo ni kitu rahisi sana to make sure asiende. I don't think if the program, you just take over program because if the state want to take over program, they can take over that program. I don't think hiyo mimi naona ni kidogo sana, but that's my opinion. There is something I'm seeing. We are creating emotional connection with supporters. That's what UDA is doing. And this revenge mission has divided supporters into those who support Ruto are saying, uliteswa, alikufanyia hii, so no. So we are also trying to wipe the emotions of supporters, their supporters, but also consolidating the Kisii vote on the other end to the other side of Matian'gi. If Matian'gi will seek an elective seat, will also Kenyans tend to sympathize with the oppressed. I think that's what Kenyan politicians must always know, that Kenya seems to sympathize with the oppressed. So while I see in social media people are saying, look here, Matian'gi did that, and so Matian'gi did this, and it's supposed to be this way, but at the end of the day, it's building a profile for him. As to whether that profile will be good enough for him to get some office somewhere, it's a matter of time. We wait and see. Now, if revenge, if it is on the revenge platform, or rather on a revenge premise, then will be a bit unfair, because much of what will be, if it is just a personal vendetta, much of what Matian'gi executed were some binding decisions from the executive. So the head of the executive was former President Uhuru Kenyatta. So if it will be on revenge on things that happened and maybe did not go on well, and those which were unilateral decisions that were made in cabinet, or rather by the blessings of former president, it's something. But is it a signal to former President Uhuru Kenyatta that I'm coming after your people? I'm telling you, that's it. Now, I think there's a plot to provoke Uhuru Kenyatta and just create another narrative. You know, the discussion to continue, whether it is discussion on corruption or not, but the discussions to continue. Perhaps this would help him. This will make him skip. What can only happen here is, if this happens and Uhuru is a bit annoyed, and they know that Uhuru might be annoyed, Uhuru might even then skip sorry, that Magoha's funeral, and the state team will have their way. That will be it. But it was a bit of provoking and taking that conversation. No, we've come from now the question of kila mtu alipe tax, Mama Ngina, this, and then you're now going back to when you go after Matian'gi was Uhuru Kenyatta's power man. You tend and you charge him about corruption, not simply saying, you are simply saying that I am going after you, that you might have fleeced. I can tell you, the more we will have this discussion, by the moment we'll have this discussion, the political leadership will come back with the narrative that kila mtu corruption, you know, we're gonna have a statement of kila mtu lazima, just the same way we had that one of tax. That's my take, guys, and let me tell you the next what Uhuru has done. I think that will be interesting for you.